It's a deserved victory for Hearts, who rack up another success against the old firm, and Neil Lennon's Celtic have already lost 3 times now in the SPL this season by early October. Rudy Scatchell was handed his first league start of the season. Big game player, big game goal scorer. Ryan Stevenson got in on the act too. He likes to go in a big match as well. And a famous victory this for Hearts. But for Celtic, well, plenty to ponder. They are a long, long way behind Rangers already, as the old firm tussle for the title once again, and they remain behind Motherwell too. So it finishes here in the SPL at Tynecastle. Hearts 2, Celtic 0.
Wonder that man there, the Hearts manager, Paulo Sergio. Hearts have not lost an SPL goal here at Tynecastle. This is their 4th consecutive home win in the league, all with clean sheets. A proper way to celebrate their 500th SPL appearance. Celtic, by the way, have now lost 3 games this season. They lost 4 in the whole of the last campaign. Rangers, by the way, lost 5 but still won the league. Well, Celtic have lost here by 2-0 at Tynecastle with 10 men, just as they did last season. The difference is they are 10 points behind the leaders, Rangers, and that puts Neil Lennon under a lot of pressure. The reaction of Neil Lennon to come, Neil McCann to come, and Neil Lennon too. Fans' favourite, Rudy Scatchell, set Hearts on their way, and Ryan Stevenson tied up the win, and it's the Hearts supporters who celebrate here tonight. A nervy visit for Celtic to Tynecastle for a variety of reasons, but they started well and should have scored when Mo Bangara had a shot saved. Then Forrest had a shot saved from Jamie Hamill. And then Hearts in the second half took the lead. Rudy Scatchell with the goal. Chris Commons was sent off for that tackle, and Celtic were down to 10 men. Hearts took advantage, and Ryan Stevenson made it 2-0 to Hearts. And he is the Clydesdale Bank man of the match. He's with Peter Martin.
Ryan, how big a result is that for Hearts?
It's massive, going on the back of last week. It's been a difficult week, the previous week, getting beat off Mayor, and then going to St Johnstone and getting, well beat off St Johnstone, and we let everybody down. And the players knew that, and obviously it's nice to get the 3 points. It's obviously good to beat one of the old firm, but the main thing for us was to try and catch Motherwell above us.
What did the manager say to change it from last week's performance?
Just that we actually had to go out and fight. I think last week I thought everybody was sort of kind of a yard, 2 yards off the pace, and we just didn't really fight last week. And I think that's the minimum you should give when when you're playing for a club. And a lot of us didn't turn up last week. So we came into this game today knowing that we had to obviously fight a lot harder, and we had to play as well as we did. And we managed to take our chances, and it's a great 3 points for us.
Some accusations, obviously, that Hearts only seem to lift themselves for the Old Firm games. Is it important that you kick on from this?
Yeah, massively. I think for a club this size, it's been said that obviously we struggle to go away to kind of places. Inverness we've struggled at, St Johnstone we've struggled at, and if we're going to do anything, if we're going to grow as a club and we're going to grow as a team, then these are the places we need to go and make sure we lift our game for and we get the 3 points.
Not a bad answer from Rudy Scatchell. He was about to be substituted.
Yeah, Rudy's got that. The previous season he was top goal scorer, and you see him in training every day. He's finishing second to none. It's probably up there with the best I've played with. So he gets half a sniff, and he's got some left peg on him, and that's a good way to answer the manager when he's not been playing.
Nice for you to get a goal, but what about the setup?
Yeah, I actually told Temps to backheel it when he was running there, so I'm going to take a bit of credit for that as well, because knowing him, I'd probably try to take the guy on. So it was a great backheel from him. He's got that in his locker, Temps, and if he keeps playing the way he was playing, he's got a massive future.
Well done, you're the Clydesdale Bank Premier League man of the match. Enjoy the champers.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Thank you.
Yes, well done to him, well done to Hearts, and we're joined in the studio by the captain of Heart of Midlothian, Marius Zaliukas. Marius, congratulations to you. How good does that feel?
Thank you for first of all. Now, obviously, we understood the importance of a game, and no one needs to encourage anyone because everyone was up to that, and we did it.
A lot was made about the pressure on Celtic today, but were you under pressure after recent results?
Now, obviously, after last week's performances, everyone was probably a wee bit down, but today's results probably gonna lift our team and everyone.
What was it that worked about today that hasn't worked in recent games?
Now, Gaffer before the game said that probably we don't need just from the beginning not to play from the defense, just in the first go up all the time with long balls, and obviously it paid.
Looking at the opening goal, were you surprised that Celtic couldn't defend the opening goal better?
Also, I was surprised as well. It was a very good finish. Probably no one expected that, but.
Is that centre defence maybe do better there?
No, I think probably Templeton was lucky we were layoff, but Rudy was on his place and obviously have a very good finish. And
I tell you, it's not only just Rudy Scatchell's execution of that shot. David Templeton's touch is absolutely magnificent. You know, if he's got 5 seconds really, this ball dropping down, such a good touch. He can't have that time. Mastorovic, I think Marius today was excellent in going and attacking things, being on the front foot. Mastorovic and Mulgrew in the centre of defence, they can't stand around and watch it. It was Matthews that was picking Templeton up, and I think somebody's got to take responsibility. Beautiful first time layoff from Templeton, and Rudy steps up and finishes. And I think that's what Hearts did today that Celtic didn't. I think they were on the front foot, there was high tempo pressure, and I think Celtic are not a physical team when Scott Brown's not in it. Now, Scott Brown might not be everybody's cup of tea, but when he's in that team, there's a power, there's an aggression, and when he's not in the team, sometimes it falls on Kyle. He's out today. They didn't offer anything, and I think that's where Sergio's tactics were spot on in terms of how he put the tight three in the middle of the park and denying Celtic space in the midfield. And when you've got guys at Marius at the back who are on their game, they're concentrated and they're going attacking things, it gives you a foundation to go and build on to get a result.
Did you feel that Celtic were less aggressive without Brown and without Kyle, two very tough players in midfield?
Sometimes it felt that obviously we didn't. It looks like they didn't know what to do, but I think probably the best player of them was Forrest, a young lad. He was put all the time under pressure, but Danny dealt with him very great and lucky us.
Did it get easier after Chris Commons was sent off?
Actually, I wouldn't say that.
No?
It felt in the beginning it was easier to play 11 against 11, but after sent off maybe we relax a bit, go deeper, and
It's nasty. Marius had asked us, David, when he came in, was it a sending off? And I think just with his reaction there, that's a reckless challenge by Chris. And Adrian Morovic is a very lucky man not to take a serious injury there.
Yeah. Did that look worse now that you've seen it close up and on the replays?
No, in the pitch, I wouldn't say it was that bad, but over here now.
Now, the second goal, how pleased were you with the way that one was constructed?
No, probably everyone was waiting for the end of the game, and Danny put a very good ball. James, I don't know, he wanted to do that or it just happened. And
fantastic composure by Ryan, Marius.
Both of them, they have a very good game, and Ryan did his job.
Terrific.
No.
He meant that, didn't he?
No, you need to ask him probably for that.
How good is Stevenson when he's on his game? He is your top goal scorer now.
No, probably he's the most fittest player in the team.
The fittest?
He was running all the time, just all day he can run, and obviously he gave advantage for us.
What about the shape today? What shape did Paulo Sergio want from you today?
No, we played three in the middle, and probably it was a difference, because we covered all their midfielders, and I think our two wide players made a very big job.
You play an important role along with Andy and the two centre backs, Marius. That when the ball is up there with Ryan Stevenson, you can see it's a thankless task sometimes as their own striker. But there's no doubt there's messages coming from the back to get tight, get narrow, leave the wide areas. Let's not let Celtic play through us. And quite obviously your shape worked today, and that takes a lot of talking, obviously, from yourselves, Jamie at the back, and a good bit of communication between the midfield areas as well. Did you feel that totally worked today? Is it something you worked on this week?
No, obviously in attack it felt that we played probably 4-3-3. In the defense more 4-5-1. and everyone was today on the front foot and did their job.
What kind of impact has Paulo Sergio made in the dressing room?
Obviously, he didn't need to talk a lot. We understand everything ourselves, and as he said, just go and enjoy.
And the style of football, it's obviously different to what Jim possibly approached.
No, probably every manager is different. We need to adapt as soon as possible, and if we're gonna keep going like this in the trainings, we have a good result.
What are the differences between Jeffrey's game plan and Sergio's game plan?
Now, Sergio maybe is doing more stuff on tactics in the trainings, and Jim was all the time ambitious and he wants all the time power play, games, and last year you saw the results.
Was today as much about power play as it was tactics, though, given this type of fixture?
No, today, as I say, everyone was up for that and we wanted to win. We understood how important this game is.
You've got a big international game coming up. Can you do Scotland a favour and beat the Czech Republic in Vilnius, in Kaunas?
If it's going to go to our game, obviously we're going to go to win and we'll see what happens.
Do you think you can?
Why not? It's football.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Marius Zaliukas, well done to you, and well done to Hearts. Let's have a look at the table as it is for you, Hearts, at the moment. Before you go, actually, it's looking a little bit healthier for you, actually. You're now into 4th place and just 3 points behind Celtic. Are you seriously and fairly soon, do you think you can catch up with Celtic and indeed Motherwell and split the Old Firm?
No, we have probably a long way to go, and we can talk in March. Probably last year was similar, but we need to keep going like this all the season.
Do you take confidence? How much confidence can you take from beating Celtic?
No, of course it's very good to go on a break with a win and against Celtic, and just need to keep working on the next games.
Neil Lennon hasn't yet made it out to talk to us, but we can have a look at some of the chances that Celtic had. How will he reflect, Neil Lennon, on the afternoon as a whole?
I think it's a very disappointing performance. I know Johan Mjällby had said at half-time that he was quite pleased. I don't see why he should be all that pleased. They had a chance through Bangura, which I think he should have went back across Jimmy McDonald, and a couple of instances where Chris Commons has got on the end of things, but I don't think they had the guile and the imagination that they've had in previous matches. And as I said there about the missing factor of a powerful presence in the middle of the park. I know Wanyama has done well against Udinese and he patrolled in front of Mastorovic today, but there was a lack of a real thrust, a real captain's influence for Celtic today, and they need to find it, because if Scott Brown's going to be missing for a little period and Kayal's going to be out, somebody needs to step up to the plate and decide that he's the man. Mastorovic isn't doing it. Again, suspect at cross balls. Hearts got their joy from that today, and yes, at times there was pressure from wide areas, as was suggested, with Hearts playing a little bit narrow and allowing Celtic to get into those areas. But Hearts dealt with it. Jimmy McDonald, a couple of terrific stops. Celtic have to address these problems because Neil Lennon is under big pressure now.
Rangers are here in 3 weeks' time. Can you do Celtic a favour and do yourselves a favour by beating them as well?
No, for the beginning we need to look to the Dunfermline game. After that, if we're going to have a good result, we have a big confidence, and over here we can beat anyone.
They can certainly build on this, can't they, Hearts?
Well, they can, and the home form's been really encouraging, and that's something that you have to do. If you want to be successful, you have to make your home secure. You don't want teams coming here and think they're going to get an easy ride, but you have to go on your travels, you have to pick things up.
Thank you very much to Marius Zaliukas for coming and joining us. We'll let you go and get your shower now, and thanks to Neil as well.
Thank you.
Hearts have beaten Celtic here at Tynecastle. Celtic are now 10 points behind the leaders Rangers and under big pressure. Bye for now.